What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. I'm gonna take a break from watching all this anime and these murder mysteries in order to bring you a market watch, you know, do what I'm supposed to be doing instead of just relaxing. But there seriously are a lot of odds and ends moving around the market, and it's about time we got into a few of these. Mind Crush across the board is slowly creeping up. It's a counter to evenly matched, mainly, so like they enter the battle phase and they attempt to end the battle phase, and you're like, activate Mind Crush. I got rid of that. And the really weird thing about this is sometimes it gets forced and you have to decide whether to activate it or not. It's definitely a card you need practice with in order to play correctly. It's not just every single time this is gonna hit evenly matched. So some people voice frustration with Mind Crush, but it is a card that takes a smidgen of skill. But whenever they enter battle phase with no cards on the field, you pretty safely activate this card. And we see almost all the copies are gone. Phantasm Gaming here with the lowest at 50 G's. And then we see Overdose Gaming at $60 here. So not many available on the supers over here, but on eBay we do see super rare near minted 37, then 40, then 40. So even though the buyout was somewhat more recent, it's higher on TCG Player, lower on eBay. It's really up to you and how you want to play this card. There is the ultra rare, which looks really nice actually. It just looks good. I don't know how much it's going to be on eBay, but it's $436 over here. You're not paying much above its original market price on TCG Player. Let's just go ahead and look at Yugi's World real quick. And you save a couple pennies by coming over to eBay. $4, $4.28, $4.37. So not too much up, but it is a really good overall side deck tech. You can even main deck it depending on how you're feeling in the meta. It counters more than evenly matched. You're gonna see points where like, all right, you activated Light Stage, added Candina to hand, I'm gonna hit Candina. Maybe you'll have a few others, like maybe you hit like Horse and they already had multiples before they had a tag out target on field. It really just depends on how lucky you are sometimes that it can swing the entire duel. But it definitely is a good card overall, and it's seeing play again. Colossal Fighter. It's been a while since I've had to say that name. The one of the original synchros out of that structure deck, and we see $20, and those are the two lowest listings at $3 each. So obviously not selling at this price. We're seeing Prophecy Collectibles here again, aren't we? Did we not just say that name? Illuminati confirmed. I just want, no, it was Phantasm Gaming. Okay, so not the same, I'm sorry. Sellers with gold stars and P's, they're not all the same. But Colossal Fighter over here at 20 lowest, but on eBay you either didn't buy it all out or it's relistings. I'm guessing it's relistings because we see 5 results and we see 949. We see that's a little over 1070, and then we see the Canadian foreign one that hasn't sold and the overpriced one that tried to, you know, oh, they're all gone, this is my chance to get a lot of money. That never happens. Nobody's buying your $25 Colossal Fighter, but it's almost already recovered back to its original price. They'll have to continue to buy these out to keep its price afloat. I guess this buyout's not working as well as Colossal Fighter's effect for floating. Oh man, some days I worry about myself. But seriously, this was not the smartest buyout. A lot of people still have these and have been waiting for the price to go up or anything to happen so that they could sell theirs. Anything above $9, so it was an easier buyout, but it'll recover real quickly as we're seeing right here. Only 50 cents above the market price. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. You think you're worth $71. You're not wrong. Ultimate Rares are going to kind of hold the price, even with that newer reprint coming out. Will it hold this price at 70? I don't know. I feel like it's going to stay above 60 for a long time after this buyout. And these were some deep pockets to hit this. Now there's only 5 left. We're entering the competitive season. So I think this was actually a relatively good buyout, seeing as a lot of people are about to want to refoil out their deck. They're going to want it to look nice. They're not going to, if they're already buying Ash Blossoms, blinging out the rest of their deck, they're not going to mind paying for another set of Ash Blossoms if they got that kind of moolah. Personally, give me whatever's in Kaiba's world. But a lot of people really enjoy doing that, and that's why this price is so dang high. And we see 72, 75, new listing. It was basically bought out properly on both platforms. Those are deep pockets, whoever did it, but I think it's actually a decent call heading in to the competitive season. I think they'll make back more than $55 a piece to $60 a piece on the ones they did. They'll do good in trades. They'll do good, you know, selling. I think they'll be just fine on that buyout, but I don't think it'll necessarily stay up here, but it will flux back up to here several times during the competitive season, as long as it's staying relevant. Crystron Quandax. $5, huh? We've seen this happen with Crystrons before, and Crystron Phoenix, and people thinking it would be really good in DDDs, and then it doing relatively nothing in top cuts. DDDs itself doing relatively 3 weeks of work before it kind of phased out. I feel for them, but all the Crystrons were not reprinted in the Megaton, so they're really easy buyout targets. Anytime there's a flux, don't panic, don't go out running for it. Apparently this was way higher. It was like $8 or something, and it's already down to $5. That price is going to continue to fall down. We see over on eBay, it has a similar price point of $5. They're trying to hold the line there. We'll soon see it hit $4, then we'll see it hit $3.50, and it might even go all the way back down to its original. It's just Crystron Phoenix, like the hype of it 2.0 in my opinion. There's not much merit to it. It's not going to be doing too much, but Crystrons, to their credit, are actually a really fun, really cool deck. Revendread Slayer got bought out and it's already cooled back down, the super. Somebody told me it was like a low of 18 the other night. But it's definitely not there now. I think the quantity is too high for it to have gotten bought out for a new OP pack, so I'm guessing that their settings were wrong. But it gives me a chance to talk about Revendread Slayer. Revendread Slayer overall is an interesting card because as the archetype progresses, will we still be playing it? Will we not? He seems to be one of the best ritual monsters for it. Don't forget about this archetype. Out of it and FAs, I think it's the better of the two. And zombies just have good general support. So we've got 2 more sets to release 4 cards each for this. We're only halfway there. And it really could become a great deck. We see the super rare over here. $4, $5 new listings. There aren't many at all on eBay, which kind of led me to believe maybe it got bought out, but these TCG quantities just argue so heavily that it never really received a buyout. I think whoever said that to me, whenever you load a fresh tab on TCG Player, it puts you at German sometimes, and you'll see available shipping to your area, so the German ones look really expensive. Invocation's fallen to be the least expensive ultimate rare, almost right there with Brilliant Fusion. That's a couple cents more. I've been waiting for this. Self-validation. This started out at like 70 some odd as the most expensive and has continued to fall. The Code Talker now takes the rank of highest and very low quantity. People love having cards that are Staples Ultimate, even though most people only have 1 to 2 of these. It's maintaining a price that's near that Ghost Ogre price. We'll see if it stays there. I would think it would fall towards 50, but it keeps going. Like, its quantity just doesn't stay up there. And another surprise to me is this Gem Knight Seraphin Knight. I think that's crazy that the common is just staying up so high. Like, just play a super. Shiranui Solitaire, speaking of Vendreads, is a card that I would think you'd want to get now rather than later. Don't get caught not having this card. $1.40, $1.50, $1.56 on TCG Player. If you find other cards from these sellers that are relatively cheap, they're great buys. But remember, you kind of have to hit that $2 mark now on TCG Player. We see $2.53 on the original, $2.55 if you want an original near mint. They're not bad buys at all. And on eBay, it's actually lowest of $2.60, so TCG Player is really putting in work there with these low prices on this card. Don't get caught without this. Seriously, if the Vendreads do something insane, this card will easily see its $7 to $10 days again, even with its double printing. Another card you don't want to get caught without is Anti-Spell Fragrance. Remember, we have Electromite coming out. Metal Foes Electromite is going to change the shape of Pendulum Magicians as we know it, and really a lot of people are anticipating it to be the best deck. $2 right now. Don't not have this card. It's actually cheaper on TCG again than on eBay, quickly rising on both platforms towards that middle ground of 250, 260, but just don't get caught without these cards, guys. Like, there's no reason. They're so cheap. You will only have yourself to blame if you didn't have at least a play set of each for yourself. You might want to get a few for your teammates who are lazy, but Anti-Spell will definitely be seeing play in side decks in the future. Solitaire, it really depends on what zombie support is released in the future, but can you ever say that zombies are down and out? This is getting first place at regionals right now with Zombie Lightsworn. Like, don't sleep on it at all. So thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. What do you guys think about some of the stuff moving? I think Mind Crush wasn't the worst one. Ghost Ogre's actually an interesting one. They paid a lot. We'll see if it pays off in the future. And kind of the bad buyout of the week is Colossal Fighter, as we already see it fall down, you know?